This is both a cardiac and lung ultrasound. I want to focus on the cardiac first. This was read as hyperdynamic, and I don't want there to be confusion between hyperdynamic and tachycardia. This is definitely someone who's tachycardic, and you don't need an ultrasound to prove that. I'm sure you can look up in the monitor and look at the vital signs. But the walls aren't coming together completely where I would say the EF is maybe 80–90%. I would just say that this patient's tachycardic with most likely an intact ejection fraction. If you look at the apical four chamber here, and I'll also try to fix the gain, again, yes, the valve is hitting the septum up here, but the walls, they're not coming together completely. They're not completely touching. So to me, I would either call this a normal ejection fraction, but I wouldn't call this a hyperdynamic EF by any means. One could argue that maybe the EF is slightly decreased, but to me, I think the EF is probably intact. Then the other thing with the lung ultrasound is that this was read as negative for an effusion, and I think this patient has bilateral pleural effusions. You can see here a spine sign. You can see the diaphragm come into view. Most likely this was a typo, and I'm sure that the effusion was seen. But this is one side. This is another view. Here we have all this fluid in the lung. So I'm sure it was seen. It was just typed in incorrectly, and then you have the other side here, same thing. You have the this fluid pocket here with the spine that's viewed into the lung cavity. So hope this helps, but the main take-home point is the cardiac ultrasound, not to be confused with hyperdynamic versus tachycardia. Hope this helps. Thanks for saving.